Hello, hello. Old Dad here, and we're getting ready to watch some Raw. And I want to make a couple predictions. Now, it changes, but my predictions, I think that we're going to have one really good match, and that's going to be Ludwig Kaiser versus Bron Breakker. But here's my thing. I think that it's going to end up with Sheamus coming out or something like that. Outside of that, I think we're going to have another interference whenever Nia Jax faces Bianca Belair. Should it be good? It should be great. But I got a feeling it's going to get interfered with. I mean, let's just be real. All the matches have been interfered with the Nia Jax situation here lately. So we're going to have to see how this one goes. Priest and Gunther just had, well, it wasn't even a war of words because Gunther didn't even speak. But Damian Priest and Gunther just got into a fight. Damian Priest came out on top again. Maybe they are giving it back to Damian Priest. Gunther just, he has no defense against him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking off of Gunther. I got a feeling when he goes into this match, it's going to be technical, and he's going to dominate him. That's my opinion. But as of right now, Damian Priest owns that man. All right, so coming up next is LWO versus American Made, and it's a tornado tag, which means they all can go in there at once. That should be good. That should actually be real good. I'm wondering about the other two for LWO. They don't even wrestle no more. Has anybody else noticed that? They're not even being put in the matches. They're just saying, okay, this is the LWO, but we're only going to use Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. That's what I'm thinking. But we're at a commercial. We're back on. And the one guy from American Made keeps messing with his gear, and it almost looks like he stretched it out. Now, if I have a bet on this match, it's going to be American Made's going to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking off of the luchadors or whatever and their speed, but I'm just saying these are two brothers, and yes, the other two have the same style and everything, but these two have been doing the same thing forever, right? I mean, it's the difference between a made tag team and a tag team. And though Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee are a good made tag team, they're not a tag team. They're two single wrestlers that have joined together to where the Creed brothers, well, they're a tag team and they're brothers. I mean, it's kind of like the Steiner brothers. You knew that they were just an amazing tag team. All right, so I want to point out real quick, this match is going both ways. This match has been pretty amazing so far, but that clothesline, it was just like, oh, Ray was running. Oh, man, that's worth seeing. Go back and watch it. Just the clothesline, if anything. That was worth seeing. Commercial. It's back on. They're going at it. That one tall Creed brother is so strong. And he did like a 450 splash or whatever. All sorts. Like, he's very, very athletic. You know, I would like to see him face Montez Ford. I think that would be an incredible match. And the dynamics of both teams is spot on. I think that would be a great match. Not that this one's bad. This one's really good. I truly believe American Made is really just shining out as like the top team here. Doesn't mean that they're going to win, because it goes back and forth. The clothesline, though, was amazing. So, the Creed brothers did win, but it's because Chad Gable turned Rey Mysterio's mask around and he couldn't see. I gotta say, that was genius. That was beautiful. I guess if you're gonna wear a mask, you run that risk, right? He's smart. He's smart. That was a good match. Did I count that as interference? No. Because you knew he was going to do something. He was part of the say. I don't know. I liked that. I liked what he did at the end. That was a good match. All right. So this is the match that I wanted to see today. Out of all the matches, Bron Breakker versus Ludwig Kaiser. Hopefully it ain't interfered with. Hopefully it's a clear-cut victory. And if Sheamus comes in to beat him up, hopefully he does it afterward. It's a hope. Fingers crossed, because this should be good. This should be good. It's the powerhouse versus the technician. And let's just be honest, they both are, I mean, some of their moves look brutal. This could be really good. Powerhouse versus technician. I'm anxious to see it, but commercial. We're back on. Ludwig Kaiser's coming to the ring. They did this whole thing with the Judgment Day. I sometimes wonder if Finn Balor's trying to break up the Judgment Day. Sometimes it seems like he has established himself as the leader, which is exactly what he blamed Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley for doing. Right now, though, this match should be so good because it's going to be Ludwig Kaiser's time to shine. We already know Bron Breakker's great. Ooh. So Bron Breakker went to do his super spear. He may need to stop that. He keeps getting hurt by it. He just sidestepped him and had him hit the announce table. That looked painful. Like a lot painful. Commercial. It's back on, and the Ludwig Kaiser's doing the abdominal stretch. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think once upon a time, that was someone's finishing move. It was a long time ago. I was young. Lily Cat. She made an appearance. But Ludwig Kaiser's doing an abdominal stretch, and those things hurt. Those things really do hurt if done right. And he's doing technical moves. And he's like kind of dominating right now. Does that mean he's going to win? I mean, come on. But right now, we're coming off of a commercial, and he's just steady working on his ribs, doing it. I mean, after he did that spear into the table, he's just working it right now. He's smart. Okay, so this is Kaiser's big flaw. He almost taunts them. He almost torments them. He'll smack them in their head like he's this dominant whatever. And he ends up making them mad. He's got Breakker mad now. And this is where he's going to get it. I mean, that's what happened to him with Sheamus. So it was just as we called it. Sheamus ended up coming out. It was a disqualification. Was the match good? The match was good. Like, a lot of the stuff in the match was really good, like how they turned out. What I would like to see is when they come back on, by the way, we're at a commercial. When they come back on, I would like to see Adam Pearce be like, you know what, if you guys are still fighting, have it a three-way match. Just do it now. Continue it on. Make up for the disqualification. We don't need a disqualification every match. Make up for it. Just continue the match, but make it three people. I mean, don't get me wrong. That gives Sheamus the advantage, but I'd like to see him win the title. I would. All right. Commercial. It's back on. They're all still fighting, which is fantastic. I like the outside fighting. I don't know. They're doing it so well right now. I like the outside fighting, but he did call for a triple threat. Not right now, but at Survivor Series. I don't care. I don't care. I want to see it. I want to see it. You knew the match was going to happen. Survivor Series is not very far. Would have rather it happened today. And the best commentator going right now, Wade Barrett. They just did a thing about the War Games, and they talked to Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy, and they were saying about the thing I took out of it was how well Jay talked. I'm telling you, now that he ain't doing the all sad, emotional thing or the grumpy Gus, and he's just himself, I like this guy. He can be champion. I'm okay with that. As long as he ain't the grumpy Gus or the sad Jay. The Jay we got is good. Now it's the Judgment Day versus the War Raiders. This is going to be interesting. Will there be interference? Probably. As long as it ain't a disqualification. They can cheat all they want. They're bad guys. No disqualification. I love the fact that he always says Raw is war. And I personally wonder if the War Raiders are going to stay on Raw so that he can say Raw is war. If you remember, you may not. I'm old. I'm old dad. But Raw used to be two shows. It used to be Monday Night Raw and Raw is War. First hour was Monday Night Raw. Second hour was Raw is War. And I find it funny that here at the second hour, that's when the War Raiders comes out and he gets to say Raw is War. It's almost like a callback. I love it. They do this move to where the one body slams the other one, and I go over it. I want to say every time they go on, but I'm telling you, because he holds him there, that's impressive. That's impressive. When you hold the person there, and I'm not talking a suplex to where you're just standing. I'm talking whenever you do that, do other stuff with it. When Chad Gable holds him, and like they hold him there and then drop him on. It looks more painful. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. And commercial. They said on here that it's only the second title defense for the Judgment Day. They've had the titles for, as they said, 151 days. It's second title defense. It's been a while since they defended them. I would like to see it go back to the rule that if you don't defend the title within 30 days, you lose your title. That used to be a rule, both in pretty much every wrestling. They was like, if you don't defend your title in 30 days, you get stripped of the title. That's just all there is to it. If you're hurt, if anything, 30 days stripped of the title. That should be a thing. I mean, you would see either every pay-per-view, PLE, or you would see a title defense at least once a month, whether it's the PLE or the show. Again, I think that the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title should be defended probably on every show, at least every other week. When it comes to Raw and SmackDown. I don't care if it's defended during the PLEs, but on Raw and SmackDown, that would be good. The PLEs, it's nice, but that gives more time for the other titles and stuff like that. It's just how old Dad thinks. They should have They should enforce some rules like that a little more often, because it just seems pointless to have a title if you never defend it. And you don't know if that guy is really that good anymore. Don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean I want him to face the same guy every single time. And this guy on the War Raiders that is bald-headed, he got a mean look on him that he just turns around and looks at you like he's going to just destroy you. And then he normally does. I mean, he fell over, whatever, but he got that look, I'm telling you. He give me that look, I'd be like, you know what, you win. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to go now. So Judgment Day did win. The other team was pretty dominant. There was some interference and stuff like that. I'm not complaining. You knew it was going to happen. Was the match good? The match was great. The bald-headed guy from War Raiders, you could see he's kind of hurt. He's favoring his shoulder and stuff like that. But, like, the interference was beautiful. Everything from foot onto the ropes to the one guy ended up coming after the two with the Judgment Day after they was barred from ringside. If he just stayed focused on the match instead of on the outside people. I mean, they were already barred. Maybe he didn't see it. I don't know. But that took, and I'm just saying, it was good. It was good. I loved it. I loved it. New Day's getting ready to wrestle. They're wearing Dragon Ball gear. Their gear is like Dragon Ball. So, I'm liking it even better. Please no drama. Please no drama. They're facing Alpha Academy. Please no drama. 10-year anniversary's next week. Is this where they break up? Is this what? Hopefully not. Hopefully everything goes back on the same page. Everybody gets along. Something happens good. I don't care if they go there. Just be nice. Commercial. Alpha Academy shirts. I absolutely love them. They're like cartoon shirts. And that's terrific by old dad here. Now, as far as the rest of everything else, it looks like New Day's having some trouble and things like that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the shirts, though, are easy to rip. The Alpha Academy's new shirts are easy to rip. Because both of them, they just won that quick. Alpha Academy won. And it was like, boom, won. Yep, this is where New Day breaks up. He tagged himself back in. Then next thing you know, they're beat. Yeah, they're going to fight. They got in their big fight. It finally happened. You knew it was going to happen. But they're finally at each other's throats. At least it ain't this, that, and the other. Hopefully it's coming to an end. And hopefully whatever happens makes them friends again. I don't know. Kind of want to see the match now, to be completely honest with you. And carrying across with the Wyatts is going to be happening here soon again. So I'm anxious for that, but it's going to happen after the commercial. So it's back on. Karrion Kross went back to his dressing room. And Nikki Cross clearly beat up Scarlett. And it said on the mirror, everyone has something to lose. So this is actually building up to something pretty good. So they are making an Intercontinental Championship for the women as well. About time. Fantastic. This is great. This is great. Now, they said they announced it earlier tonight. I've watched this whole thing. That was the announcement. Unless it was on YouTube, which I couldn't see because I'm watching this. Just announced Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight. I want to see that. I don't know how I feel about it. Because here's my thoughts. I don't want Shinsuke to lose. Not this quick. Not like right off the bat. But, I also don't want LA Knight to lose. So, it's going to be good. Now we're going to Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax. And that match is guaranteed to be good. They already said no people from War Games is allowed out there. Now, that means Nia Jax can still have someone out there. And being that they don't have a new member yet, Kairi Singh, if she goes out there, everybody seems to be rooting for her. It's her or Chelsea Green. So I'm curious if Kairi Singh's going to come out. If she is, she knows she ain't going to be the U.S. champion or whatever. I want to see more of Kairi Singh. I want to see more of everybody. I don't want to see a 6-hour Raw. But I do like how they're throwing out people hit and miss here and there on the background. So like Pete Dunne, they showed him bumping into somebody and things like that. I think that that's really good that they're doing stuff like that. Commercial. So I'm getting to see a match on Friday that I've been wanting to see. Jacob Fatu versus Jey Uso. I'm getting to see that. They're having that match come Friday. I want to see that. That's the match I've been wanting to see. And if Jey wins that match, I'm telling you, he's already high up in the card. He just skyrocketed. I want to see that. I want to see that, especially Happy Jay. And now it's Nia versus Bianca Belair. And even in a no interference match, there is no way that this match ain't good. There's no way. This match is going exactly how I thought it would be. It's back and forth. It's beautiful. Power versus power. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Commercial. Does anybody believe that Nia Jax can really be beat? If she was like really putting herself into it, I can't think of someone that could really beat her. And if she just like, unless she did something stupid or ran to a corner, because we all know big people don't run to corners. That's just, and they all do it. But I'm just saying, I would like to see after War Games, Nia Jax go in, beat up Solo Sikoa or pick what's left of Solo Sikoa and take over at Bloodline. Take the red necklace thing and just take over the Bloodline. Because do you imagine that new Bloodline under Nia Jax? That would be beautiful. Look, she's got a group now. And it would give a dominant female as the leader of an all-male group. It would be awesome. And if someone came in and like went to like beat up Solo later, she would just beat them up. And she could. Bianca Belair doing something or beating Nia Jax is kind of acceptable. I will throw that out. But here's the thing that I'm going to point out. All those power moves that she did, Nia Jax climbed up so she could pick her up. Do I believe Bianca Belair can pick up Nia Jax? Absolutely. But all these power moves that she's doing, Nia Jax is climbing. She's allowing it to happen. It ain't like she's just... But Samoan drop on the table, and it did not break the table. I like that. So Bianca Belair did win. Thanks to Bayley. Bayley interfered. Bianca Belair won the match. Nia Jax still seemed very dominant. Honestly, she looked like she was going to take the count out. She just beat her up and beat her up and beat her up and was waiting for the count out. Nia Jax very much seemed dominant there. Bayley was the determining factor there. But a win's a win, right? And it wasn't like interference. It wasn't a disqualification. Nothing like that. It was a win. I'll take it. I'll take it. Commercial. So it's all over. I'm going to go ahead, turn it off. What did I think of it? I thought that Raw was great. Some of the storylines was not my happiest storylines, but I thought Raw was great. I think that I'm a little disappointed because it is looking like they're breaking up the New Day. Looks like they're going to end up having a match, this, that, the other. Maybe this is a way to get Austin Creed as a singles competitor and to make him shine this time, kind of like Big E and Kofi and stuff like that. I didn't want to see the New Day break up. A lot of the matches that they're presenting for next week, well, not next week, Friday, I'm really excited about. As far as my favorite match goes, I'm still going to go with Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Not Sheamus. Bron Breakker and Ludwig Kaiser. Even though it ended badly or ended poorly, I thought it was a good match. I'm also going to give some to the Alpha Academy because I was in the midst of a sentence and boom, it was over. That was great. In the finishing, I got to admit, that was a really good finisher. Hey, what was your favorite part of the match? What was your favorite part of the whole show? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share it with a friend. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Later.